A lot of good ideas. Hi.
She didn't have to finish. She didn't have to finish. You did.
Yeah. Welcome to Shade Tree Commission. Today is September 14th, 2023, 7-ish, 7:04, and we are in, let's see, do we have a quorum? Yes, we do have a quorum. Roxana's not here. She was feeling ill. David's not here because he was feeling ill. So, welcome. Welcome to Plague City. No COVID. Okay, I sent out the minutes a while ago, and then I resent them out. Looked like everybody was okay with them, so why don't we have...
I didn't see any minutes.
I sent them. We should, what do you use? Are you on Gmail?
No.
We should figure that out, because it seems that you're not getting things.
I got your yellows.
Yellow things, you got the bylaws. Okay. I sent the minutes out a while ago.
The agenda.
Yeah. Well, on the agenda, one of the agendas was also with the minutes, so maybe you didn't scroll down as far. That might be it. Okay. Was there any other discussion on the minutes? So, did you have any questions from last time? Okay. Can I have a motion to adopt the minutes? Thank you.
No, second.
Great, thank you. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Do you want to, you could always not vote. You can always not. So, okay. The next thing is the tree permit and public lands and right-of-way issues. And as we talked long ago about the Morris Avenue tree caper, which is the tree that was cut down that the police are supposed to be investigating. David was supposed to have a report for us, but he's not here. So that's still ongoing. Maybe I'll have him write a report for us, a update. That might be good. Okay. Next thing. There is no landscape ordinance issues or maintenance tree canopy, new business. We're not going to talk about the neighborhood plant and tree bank because that's Rox's. So we'll do that the next time. Arbor Day application and day. I got the warning that our application is going to be due soon. They've sent it out to me like early this week. And I will work with Andrew Chicky and if I've never done what you have to do to up your Arbor Day application every year. Somebody else did it last year. So if somebody wants to volunteer to do it, let me know. If you want to help volunteer do it, let me know, and then I'll get in touch with Chicky. Okay. You're looking for problems.
Do we have any idea of what that involves? Before I volunteer for something?
It's a lot of statistics, sort of. Gathering information, and Chicky does a lot of that, because it's like they have certain things that we have to do, and we have to show that we did them on the end of the year. The other thing is that we have to have some kind of event. Last year we had the planting of the trees over by the dog park, over community center. So I'm waiting for the administration to tell me which day is good for them. So that's that too. That will be in October. And we plant a tree. It's basically what the event is. And the mayor says something. And we have a proclamation. And last year, certain people got golden shovels, but I didn't. So, this year, anyway, so I'll let you know more of that when I know. So, questions? Okay. See, I said quick. Okay. Oh, next one is the large ODNR grant. Last year, with the help of Ben's wonderful mom, we applied for a ODNR large-scale urban tree grant, which was, we applied for a $50,000 grant, and it does all sorts of magical urban tree things. We didn't get it. We were rather salty that we didn't get it, and because one of the things they threw us out for was tree grinding, stump grinding. We put in stump grinding, and they're all like, you can't do that. We're like, you can't plant trees if you don't stump grind. So this year, when
They threw us out because we wanted to correct grind trees.
yeah, we put money in for the stump grinding. So this year, they've included stump grinding. So,
We can just.
exactly, Rox is going to do that. She's working on it now with Chicky, so that's on, that's flying, that's under control.
So we've made some progress.
Yes, we did. I think we complained enough, because we had several people complain, including the law director. Squeaky wheel. Okay. Now we have old business. Does anybody have a question? I'm sure that Rox would love to have anybody help her, sort of thing, if you want to know more about grant writing. So,
About what?
grant writing on the big grant. Okay. So old business. We have Zan, our work study person, who's been working all summer on a Athens citywide arboretum project. He did come earlier and give a presentation about what he was going to be doing. He's been out in the field, and so he has his report to us. Zan's part of the Urban Ecology Lab, which was just created by Glenn.
Do we have any member?
Oh, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure.
Okay.
My name's Gene. I'm an arborist here in Athens.
Cool, great. And if you want to talk, we have time to talk afterwards. Okay, great. So, Sam, thank you.
Hello, I'm Xander Stoltz, a fourth-year student studying urban planning and sustainability at Ohio University. So as Dr. Christine Fall said, I worked with the Athens Shade Tree Commission over the summer to help develop a citywide arboretum for the city of Athens. So the last time I was here in July, I gave a short presentation over the clerical steps that were needed to create a citywide arboretum, such as going out and tagging the trees, identifying them, paying for placards to put next to those trees, as well as creating an arboretum strategic plan that can be adopted from the city ordinances that make the Athens Shade Tree Commission, and then finally applying for accreditation with the American Public Gardens Association. So that was then. This is now. And so what I had done since then was actually start the process of cataloging and identifying these trees to create a virtual walking tour. And so I've laid the foundation for that data set. And yeah, so here we go. So I was given a variety of different historical satellite imagery, thanks to Dr. Glenn. And with that, I was able to identify some of the more historic trees. I tried to find ones that were at least 40 years old to put into this data set. I primarily looked at West State Street Cemetery and the West Union Street Cemetery for two reasons. One is because I knew that they were on city property and therefore were city property. And two, because it is much, much easier to identify individual trees in these open areas. And so that helps significantly because, as you can see, the quality of the satellite imagery for 1983 and 2000 was really bad. So that made things a little bit difficult. So I primarily used the 1939 and the 1960 imagery to identify what trees were still around. Yes, so after I identified what trees were at least 40 years old, I went and I took pictures. I used iNaturalist to identify what species they were. I did have a few problems, and I noted that in the data set that I created. Yes, and so I put all of the data into an Excel sheet that was very nice and wonderfully formatted. So I have the latitude and longitude coordinates for all the trees that can then be put into a data set to create points that will help create the walking tour. I listed where they were found, in what cemetery, their names, their species, what their approximate age was, including when I saw them in the satellite imagery, as well as their trunk circumference at my chest height. Yeah, I also added a how-to in this Excel sheet for how to continue adding to the sheet and how to continue collecting data for the sheet. So here is the result of the proof of concept that I did. Here we have a image from Google Maps, not Google Maps, from Google Earth. You can see the different pins that I have dropped there that can then also be uploaded to ArcGIS Online or ArcGIS Pro. Anyone who has taken the Intro to GIS course at Ohio University should be able to create the map that you want. It would probably be through ArcGIS Online. That way it would be easily accessible. You can create a website, you can create a web app through that. And so this is the result of the base data collection for this project. So here's West Union Street Cemetery. You can see that there were, I don't really know if you can see that on the screens there. But you can see that there were plenty of maples in these. So we need to identify at least 25 different species of trees. And so that's kind of the next step for this project, is hiring someone to go out and tag these trees. We need at least 25 different species, and so we can talk with the university to see if we'll borrow some of their trees. And I'm sure the university would be, I'm sure they would be very happy to. Yes, and so once that data is collected and once that's compiled into Excel, it can easily be uploaded into ArcGIS to create the walking tour that we want for this Arboretum. Once that's done, we create an Arboretum strategic plan to help maintain the trees. Then we create a website and we put up the placards for the trees. The placards should cost around $475, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, depending on how many trees we want to identify. And then once all that is complete, then we can apply for the APGA accreditation. And then we'll hear back from them and be a citywide Arboretum.
You know if there's any restrictions for people coming into the cemetery?
Not that I know of. I know that they close at night, but beyond that, I think they're open to the public during the day.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They're public property. They're public property. So they do have no prowlers at the West Union one, which is always funny. Their sign. They have no prowlers sign. It's really weird.
So I can't go and prowl.
I know. Questions, comments? So,
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
Jim, do
All
you have
this data is with Dr. Fall, so whoever comes after me will have that data and
Yeah.
we'll be able to use it
Yeah.
and add to it.
so,
Great.
awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Zan's been an awesome person working with, and so he worked through the community service work study. And so that's another, I'm probably going to advertise for another one. So if you know anybody, let me know.
I will.
Also, doing something like that would be a really good, like senior thesis or senior capstone project that I know a lot of the planning students have to do.
Well, it needs to be somebody though that has some interest in trees. It would be nice if they
Yeah.
had some interest in trees.
You're
Finding
right,
anybody
right.
who would do, would
So do you
like
think
to.
there's a, maybe people in certain department that would be good?
Probably plant biology. If not plant biology, then geography, specifically with the urban planning track. I think those would be your best sources of new people.
Yeah, I have a couple students doing trees, and then there's HTC as well, Honors Tutorial
right,
College.
also, yes. Well, also, there has been discussion of possibly having a, like, what are they called? When you all go out one day and you go.
BioBlitz.
Yes, a BioBlitz, to be able to do that, because we have talked about that in the past, doing it with the Sustainability Commission, of doing like a BioBlitz. Probably be better in the spring.
What is that?
You get bunches of people walking in the woods around here, and they take pictures of all the cool things they see, and then you have an inventory of what was out there that people saw for that day. So it's a way of going in and figuring, yeah, it's a way of identifying at a really coarse scale what's out there. But with trees, it would be pretty easy, because, you could have people driving in a car with a partner and just, dropping points the whole time too for street trees and stuff, so cool. Questions, other questions? Great, great.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, yeah.
I just had one comment. I just wanted to thank you for doing this. I always think it's great to see, excuse me, any kind of, I know maybe some people wouldn't look at identifying trees and things like that as like sort of like civic engagement, but it is. And what you're doing is a project that is helping in the long run to better the city of Athens. So I hope you take some pride in that, and you should.
you.
Yeah, thank you.
I did try to keep him on, but he had a better offer of,
You had a better offer than free? Come on.
he got paid, but he's now going to be working in the sustainability office, so.
Also good.
We can make Sam bring him over and he can work through staff.
Perfect.
So, cool. Well, thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I do owe you lunch, so, great. Okay. Oh, the bylaws. Okay, we've been having a discussion about the bylaws, which was something that was given to me by the city administration because they wanted all the people to have bylaws, all the commissions and committee. So we've been working.
If they were.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it totally makes total sense. So I used a template from the Disabilities Commission. That's why some of it was very regulatory, it seemed. Anyway, I think because of the problem with seeing all the comments and not having it all put together, and then having Rock's not here, I'd like to put the bylaws off in October. And I will put all the comments and everything, and I'll make sure that I'll share with. And then you guys can tell me whether it works or not.
Well, I had a really quick question about, that you should be able to answer. Did the previous shade tree people send to the city council a report, an annual report?
They should. They never did.
They never did.
They never did.
Oh, okay.
That was something that nobody really did.
That's what I wondered.
Because
I never saw one. I
Right.
never heard of one. I never was asked to participate in doing
Right.
one.
We would get presentations from all the organizations that we gave money to, because they had to come, because it was like asking for money again. So, like CFI and all those, people who got, the sustainability people came when they wanted to update their sustainability plan. They came to city council, but not regularly with reports, so. But I think, I think it would be important, so. Not that it would even have to be talked about in front of the city council, but sending a report, because they are giving us money. So we do have a budget. We'd like a larger budget.
Do my
We could
best.
put that in our report.
Right. We'll just say we get the $50,000. Just think of all the fun things we can do. So I will do that with the bylaws and get them out so that people can stew on them and then look at them. They're pretty straightforward.
And then we can figure out how we're going to do some of this stuff.
Right. Well, Zan's given us a really good map and I think that if it works out, getting a student every, semester, and then the summer, kind of like quarters, we can, when I was on city council, I had a work study student who stayed with me for 2 years. And so if you find the good person, and he worked on trees, and he was working on a project that got canceled by COVID called Monumental Trees for the Monumental Greeks. And we were working with the Greek sororities and fraternities to put trees.
Were the trees in the city that he was?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he was a student, so, fun. So does the bylaw thing work for people? Okay. So,
We can go home early.
yes, true. Announcements and other business. Our other meeting will be October 12th. And now we have time to listen to people if you want to say anything, or you just are here to check us out.
Kind of both.
Both?
Yeah, like I said, my name's Gene. I'm an arborist here in town. I've been living here since December, but I've been working as an arborist for 4 years now. ISA certified and all of that. So I've been talking with a lot of folks around town about the urban canopy and how to maintain it and take better care of it, and everyone is pointing to the tree commission, so we can come talk to you guys and
Yep.
just to kind of get more involved here. So
Oh, yeah.
I've talked with like Ann Bonner and Lorraine Foster and things like that, and they told me to come meet you guys. So yeah, I'm here seeing how I can get involved.
Great.
I'm
Nice.
identifying trees all the time, so I'd love to get involved in the
Yeah.
arboretum work as well. So I'll be at more meetings.
And we also have another group that helps us a lot, the Athens Arbor Day Committee, run by Mary Reed and Attila. What's Attila's last name? I forget, sorry. And so it's a volunteer group that helps us do plantings and all sorts of stuff too. So, and we hope to get more of that sort of stuff. So that's awesome. Thank you. We always want potties. It's awesome. And we may be doing like a bio blitz with trees and stuff. So,
Love to hear about it.
yeah, great. Thank you. Thank you for showing interest. Yay. So, any other questions?
You better look out, you're gonna end up sitting up here.
Okay. He lives in town.
All right.
That's the big hurdle. So, okay. Well, I think for the good of the order, we've had a short meeting. Sorry about being locked out. So, I'll get David to give us a written report about where the Morris tree caper. It could become like a little podcast. So, it'd be pretty funny. Okay. So, do I hear a movement for adjournment?
I move, so move.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
That wakes you up.
Nancy just seconded. Thank you. All those in favor? Aye. Thank you.
Good.